This is just too precious. Over the weekend, Fox and Friends Saturday, that is the Siberia that Tucker Carlson has been sent to. We're going over the unbelievable, the fact that President Obama is sitting in office and pulling all the levers to make the shutdown as painful as possible. Of course, focusing in, knowing the president, of course, gets the updates on all the bus tours that are taking place in D.C. as part of his job.
Shut it down.
Yeah, shut it down. He sees that, of course, there's a busload of vets going to the World War II memorial, and he immediately has his cabinet form, and they send out word to the federal park rangers to shut it down before they get there. That's the way our government works, incidentally, for those of you who are 3. And Fox and Friends Saturday are opining on this. And wait till you hear at the end. This is an amazing scoop that they have at the end of this report. We'll just come in after they've done all the hard work on finding those vets who have been much maligned, of course, by the president. And then we hear this.
We saw what happened with the World War II memorial this week. You remember when a couple members of Congress came down there with some of the members of the Greatest Generation to try to go to this open-air memorial, this World War II memorial, and some park rangers were saying, you can't come in here. I'm sorry, you can't come in here. Well, now they're adding a wire around the outside of this thing to make sure that people don't try to break through. This happened last night on Greta. Take a listen.
Oh, well, we're going to break that down.
They're not going to stop you.
No way. Nothing else did.
What do you make of this fence around the World War II memorial with a sign that says closed?
What a bunch of stuff. You don't want me to say what I really think.
Go ahead. This is cable.
This is unconscionable. Unbelievable that they would pull this kind of crap on people like us.
Now, bear in mind, folks, because this is infuriating. Think about these brave men who stormed the beaches of Normandy, right, on D-Day to try to get into France and stop the horrible atrocities that were unfolding in Europe.
Just to be clear, I think what we were doing on D-Day was we were trying to fight the Germans. He seemed to be struggling to find that. Go ahead.
You can't even go to the cemeteries that are now in Normandy, in France, because those cemeteries, the United States cemeteries in France, are also shut down. Our government shutdown has also, so if they wanted to fly here to Normandy to see where their fellow comrades had died on the beaches of Normandy, those are shut down.
How can you shut down a cemetery or a park? It costs nothing to keep a piece of open land open. It costs nothing to keep the World War II Veterans Memorial open.
Actually, no, you need to have park rangers there so people don't deface it. These are administered, but that's okay. That's just a fact. Go ahead.
The only reason they're doing this is to make people suffer. It's appalling. The government is acting as your enemy. Has this ever happened before? I've never seen anything like this.
Well, and the Republican National Committee is offering to pay for it, to keep it open, so that the veterans, from Honor Flight are going to be able to go and see this, because who did it honor? It honored them. It really doesn't seem fair, especially, we're going to talk a little bit later in the show, too, about, some things that are continuing to be funded. And President Obama has offered to pay out of his own pocket for the Museum of Muslim Culture, out of his own pocket, yet it's the Republican National Committee who's paying for this. And we're going to be talking to Reince Priebus coming up in the show.
What? The president is paying out of his own pocket to fund the Muslim Museum of Culture? What? Oh, that must have come from the National Report, a satire site. And in fact, on October 6th, yesterday, Kumwine, or whatever her name is, who made that statement, tweeted out a correction on Twitter. Just met with producers. I made a mistake, Y-Day, I think that means yesterday, after receiving flawed research about a museum possibly closing. My apologies, won't happen again. What an amazing correction that is. Unbelievable. When are we going to get the correction for the entire program? What we were doing, folks, was also satire. We should have just told you that.